Okay, our next question related to all of this very random, very scary, treacherous tournament in the Olympics comes from Mile High Pete, who asks, Assuming the US gets at least one medal, who are your favorites to get the other two? Serbia, Germany, Canada, France, and Australia all have teams good enough to finish in the top three. So I think Pete has, good instincts as to the top teams here. Kind of feel like those are the favorites. Like if those teams got eliminated in group play, it would be um, a big disappointment kind of teams.
Oh yeah,
So,
I have these
oh, you had
brackets.
you had the flags just ready to go
I have
there.
these brackets ready to make predictions. It is random draw like once it gets to the stage, so we won't necessarily know other than like you can't place teams within your group, things of that nature until at least the semis, like we were just saying. So
well that's why it's tricky with
yeah,
the random drawing. So you
yeah,
don't know who's going to be on which
Right.
side.
yeah.
So
It's
you
so
could
hard.
pick like a final that's going to be a semifinal. But yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
would.
So we're gonna have a lot of fun with this.
Yeah. Well, I'm picking us for the gold, so like that's just like right away. I can't. There's no way I'm not being a
Yes.
homer.
Serbia.
Uh,
So you're just put Serbia going all the way,
yeah. It's a,
copy paste
They're
all the
gonna
just
way through to the gold
win.
medal round.
I don't know who they're playing there, but it doesn't matter.
We're doing it. All right, awesome. All right, so Germany versus Spain. This is interesting to me because last summer I thought that Spain they definitely got upset. They were eliminated in group play. They were eliminated by I forget if they lost to Canada and I think Latvia was the one that eliminated them or was it the other way
There was like a
around?
combo there. Yeah, I think so. Something
Yeah.
interesting happened.
But they
Um,
were kind of the favorites for the tournament.
well,
They were a
because they
very
won
highly
the
ranked
Euros
team.
unexpectedly too the year before,
Mm,
and I don't remember if Lorenzo Brown played in the World Cup because he was like basically the MVP. They just didn't have the guts to give it to him because he wasn't really Spanish. And he didn't have really
mm.
ties to Spain. They
In
just kind of
Euros, you
bought
mean?
him in Euros. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so like they didn't really give him the MVP. They Juancho got it, I think, or no, actually Billy. Um, and so I don't know. I mean, I never like can go against Spain honestly. But I think it's Germany's kind of time.
But then you got Germany, and
Yeah, I think it's
they're
their
the reigning
time.
world
I'll give.
champions, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll put him over, and I think we owe Germany one, so that's why I would have that, and Serbia goes
That's
through.
right. This was the
They
finals in
barely
the
beat
World
us,
Cup
and there's
last summer.
Jokic in play, so
Uh, it was
I'm
such a
going with.
competitive game. It was really tense.
Yeah.
Bogey was giving it his all last
Oh
summer.
yeah,
All right, so we have France and Canada. We have Rudy and Wemby and Nicolas Batum and Evan Fournier playing for France, along with Bilal Koulibaly. Actually, like flashed a lot more than I expected to see from him in some of the exhibition games that we saw leading up to the Olympics. Versus, obviously, Team Canada has a pretty NBA heavy roster relative to most other teams that aren't Team USA in this competition. What do you think of this kind of matchup?
I'm gonna flip it because you really. Let's go like by the rules, so you can't have four teams from one group.
Right.
Oh,
So
okay.
kick out Australia. They're not going past the group. France plays US in the quarterfinals. That's like an upset matchup. The Germany is going to go over, and it's going to be this. They're going to be second in the group. And who are on the other sides?
Oh, this is fun. This feels like playing Catan or something. Just moving the little
Okay, so from there you
markers.
go 3-3. Go with let's go with like South Sudan actually playing Canada. Yeah,
Okay.
and I'll have Canada and US in the other semifinal.
Okay.
All right.
Oh man, that was the bronze medal game in the World Championships, and that game was crazy. That went to OT.
Oh, that's right. It was like a
And really,
Dylan
the
Brown
U.S. should
hits
have
right.
lost it. I
Dylan
don't know
Brown hits
what
like a
Canada
three.
was doing at the end of that game to let it go to OT.
Was it
But
Tatum?
yeah, Dylan
Someone or
Brooks
Dylan
was
Brown?
playing out
Someone.
of his mind
Oh
last
yeah,
summer.
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, Dylan FIBA Brooks, man, that's
Eva
crazy.
Brooks. So
Yeah,
right now, as we are making predictions for listeners without this graphic, we have the United States versus Canada in the semis, and then on the other side, Germany versus Serbia in the semis. And obviously, Voja has Serbia going past Germany. How do you feel about this USA Canada? We saw them
I
play a
almost want to
game.
just pick France instead of USA there, just do like a
Oh,
full upset.
going back to France.
If someone's gonna take out US, it might be France, and at home, just like home cooking ref, just bring like a
Home
French ref, just
cooking, the French
smoke cigarettes in the
Revolution.
break and just doesn't call any fouls. No, but
Oh my
it's
god, that'd be amazing.
let's go U.S. Serbia. Like let's go that final. Which
Oh my god.
I don't know if I don't know if Serbia wins if they go to, if someone has to like take out U.S. before they play us. It's not that I don't think we can beat them. It's just
It's just so
I
much easier if someone else takes him out,
yeah,
right?
that too. But us, it's just I don't like we play good against them, and then at some point like someone takes a timeout, and then you see Kerr go into the refs, and like Krzyzewski did that like a few times, and just like they just stop calling stuff. So I'll go with the refs like screwed us
Yeah,
mantra.
yeah.
But it's our time. Let's go. Like it's
The
this year.
classic.
So if you had for this
So
gold medal or for the bronze medal game, then for
that's
Canada and
right.
Germany.
It's Germany
Okay, Germany. So for Pete's answer, Voya saying Germany
and
has a
Serbia.
good chance to get a medal.
Can I say a
Besides,
reason that yeah, you know what? I think my bracket's going to look very different than
Yeah, there you
Voya's,
go.
but I just wanted to push back against the Canada Germany one for a bit because I really respect Team Germany a lot. But one of the things that I noticed in their exhibition game versus Team USA is that they had a really tough time dealing with switching. And I actually think that Team Canada, if they're going to be good at anything in this tournament, like at a high level, defensively, they are pretty versatile. And I think they can do a lot of switching and maybe cause some issues for a team like Germany. And if I recall, they did not play Germany in the World Cup last year. And the reason I would even compare the two is that both teams are pretty similar, actually, returning from last summer to this one, unlike a lot of the other international teams. But Canada and Germany have a lot of the same players returning and playing, similar level roles as last year. So that's actually a matchup I would be interested to see. But I think I would favor Canada in that just because I think Germany has some offensive limitations that Canada could capitalize on.
so let's
I would counter Dwight Powell switching on Schroeder is not ideal.
No, it's not.
Or
that's
Kelly
that's
Olynyk.
that's true. Yeah, but Schroeder needs to finish at the rim. He might be able to
Yeah,
blow by people, but
yeah.
he's got to get the ball in the
I know it's a
basket.
full of holes.
Grace, you would have then.
I actually would have I would have Australia coming out instead of Greece,
Okay,
playing
so
Serbia. So you could just put Australia there. And then
I'll book that for Serbia. Yeah.
Spain. Who else could be a wild card? I think I want a different wild
Well, it's
card.
Japan, Brazil, Sudan, and Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Brazil could be
Oh,
one
well, we
either.
have South Sudan actually.
Mhm.
Okay, let's have some fun with this bracket. This is more like a wish casting bracket, so nobody hold me to this. Okay. I'm picking Germany over Spain, and I'm gonna pick France over the US.
Yes.
Oh
should
my
I
have done
can
it.
God,
totally
great.
see I can see Wemby just like having his way with that team. I will like to be fair though, the one weakness of Team USA as I see it, well, not one, but like the major one in the starting lineup is Embiid, but Embiid will absolutely destroy Wemby should he get
Or
the opportunity.
Gobert.
And I think they would set him up often. Still, I mean, I don't think I think that the way that Joel attacks is, not really
It would be
Rudy's not really suited
fun
for
to
it.
see Joel pass out of a double of Wemby and Gobert.
True, that's right, because like Joel said, if there were no double teams in the NBA, he would average 50 points a game, but that's not how it is in the NBA, and
You
it's
already
definitely
can't
not
do
gonna
it
be
with
that
two
way in
small people
FIBA.
on him.
Oh, yeah.
So, I'm gonna go with France. I think they're gonna be upset here. France definitely struggles with their guard play. They've got these
With their
bigs and
clutch
wings,
play. Yeah.
but yeah, with their offense just looks like a hot mess, like, the entire time that I've watched them. I think they went 0-5 in their exhibition games. But that's just the kind of thing that you could see, like, no one really saw it coming, and then they just figured out how to have everybody play with Wemby, like, efficiently, and then, one game setting, I could see a March Madness style upset. From there, I'm gonna pick France over Canada because I think Canada's offense is pretty icky right now. It wasn't great last summer either, but I think versus Rudy, Wemby in the paint. They can't quite like catch their rhythm. Everyone's zoning up all the time. It could just get really nasty. Bilal Koulibaly, just like deflections and turnovers everywhere. I can see that game going there. And then, yeah, obviously, I'm going to pick Serbia over Germany. It's going to be a rock fight, though. It's going to be an ugly game and it's going to be close. And then, obviously, Serbia is going to win
Wow.
the gold medal and add to my Jokic agenda.
So actually, if this bracket shakes out, I have this more confidence in this for us winning a gold than what I did.
Hmm.
As I
Oh,
said, I
well,
don't know if
yeah,
America
it's
getting to
tough.
finals, like I don't know if they're allowed to lose when they get to the finals, but like I would, it would be interesting if France beats them. Honestly,
Wow,
that's
I
a
can't
good
believe you
bracket.
both picked Serbia. I thought I knew Voya you would pick them.
I'm
I was
surprised
like,
too. I thought Grace was gonna have us lose to like Australia.
Oh my gosh.
well,
That'd be
not
funny.
that
Like
bad,
Australia is
but
Australia.
tough. That's why I think they're going to come out of that group. I don't think there's any reason to favor Greece over any other country in that group. And I think Australia is one of the top two, in my opinion.
Okay,
I think they're pretty close
I
together
never
in
trust
quality
them.
in Group A, but I don't think I would put Greece over any of them, even slightly.
I don't trust Australia in big tournaments to like do super well. Like they're
They
kind of always
were,
there,
oh
but
my gosh, it was really bad last summer because Josh Giddey and Patty Mills looked like the only guys on the floor that knew how to play basketball. It was
yeah, they have
bad.
a bit. They have like a okay team like usual. Like some of the guys.
I'm gonna go with
Wild card.
actually Canada, Greece, and Australia coming out of this.
Okay.
Should I get
So
wild
no Spain.
and
Okay,
say no
gotcha.
So
Spain?
no Spain. So
Okay,
you have
that's not bad. I mean, that's fair.
Canada, Greece, Australia. So no Greece.
No
Well, I'll
Spain.
have
Greece.
Greece in Canada and Australia, and then I'll have France, Germany, and then I'll have Serbia, South Sudan, and the U.S. So
Oh, okay. No Puerto Rico.
I guess I'll go Greece versus Serbia again,
Okay.
and then I'll go France, USA again, or maybe I should do Australia.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, and
I think
then
France and Germany, they're in the same group, right?
yeah, they're in the same group.
Correct.
So France and
So
South Sudan probably, and then
France
you
and
have
South
Canada
Sudan
and
and
Germany.
Germany.
Yeah, that might actually
Yep.
shake out too, like rule wise, and who's
Yeah.
first, who's second. Yeah.
So this will be my initial group. I mean, Spain not being out of it, that'll please Miroslav.
Yeah, me too. Honestly, like,
Yeah.
I'm fine with them not going through.
Yeah. So like, of course, I'll just pick Serbia to go to the final right now.
God, I'm afraid of this. Everyone's kind of having us in the final, even
I
like
don't necessarily.
outside of the group.
I don't have
Would you?
anyone besides the U.S. like solidly getting a medal. Honestly.
Well, there's no Italy, so that's my like first really good like
Yeah.
vibe here. There's no Italy, but I don't know who. Like I guess some of the teams like Canada can light it up, like just spread out and just start shooting because we saw
I
like
think
they were.
Germany's just really good.
Man, it's a
Well,
one-game
yeah.
I don't think
elimination.
Canada actually plays like that though. Like they could in theory, but they don't. They didn't
Oh,
play like
No,
that last
yeah.
summer either. That's not what made them good.
Like Japan was like lit us up because we're not really like they weren't really trying as
Mm.
hard on defense, but one of the moments was like they're just hitting back to back threes and we're like passing the ball beautifully, like it's a layup, open layup, and then just go the other direction and just shoot a three. You know, like, oh man. So that's
The
what kills us against
90s
Italy.
basketball.
Yeah.
so this will set me up to
Yeah,
then
who
have a
knows?
France United States
That's
semi,
not bad. Yeah.
which could be cool. But I will go with no French Revolution in this scenario, and I'll say U.S. winning that.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And
This is a likely one too. Also, it would be likely also we lose to Germany here and then be fourth, and France is the bronze. We don't really do well in bronze games.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
they're
but
like
it's
whatever. We don't play
France.
for
Oh,
bronze.
but France is at home.
They beat us already
We
once
got
like
the
that.
smoking refs.
Yeah.
I guess I'll just pick the U.S. since
Oh
You
they're
guys.
wow.
so strong and they have all these players. I want Serbia to win though, just for everyone. I'm
I
I
rooting
don't get
for
that.
Serbia.
I don't
So
mind if you guys root for
unpatriotic, Will.
US. Yeah.
I
don't
really
mind if
am
you
not.
root for it.
I'm fully on board Team Serbia for this
My
Olympics.
thing is the Jokic agenda. I have tweets to compose. I have people to brag to. I'm not going to be able to brag about Team USA being awesome at everything. And I can
Yeah.
do that in my other sports. I can do that in ice
We go
dance. I can
women's
do that in
basketball. That's more
gymnastics.
fulfilling, I guess, for
Yeah, it's a little more fulfilling in the sports where there's like a little bit more competition. No offense.
But yeah, let's go through our picks just to answer Pete's question. Also, Kat like sports sent in a question asking us to give
Yeah, we're gonna.
our predictions for which country wins. So
That's right.
that wraps into this. So I obviously have USA getting the gold, Serbia silver, and I guess I'll pick France for the bronze, just so that way I have someone different. And Grace, you can go ahead.
Yeah, I have Serbia winning the gold and France getting silver, and I'm gonna give the bronze medal game to Germany. I think they're better as like a total team than Canada, even though I think Canada could give them some problems. It's just Canada's actually a pretty young team compared to most of the other teams here, and that wasn't a factor I considered until watching them in exhibition play pre-Olympics. So some of it is prediction, some of it's wish casting. I hope you enjoyed that, Kat.
And
Yeah,
inexperience
those are
in this
my.
type of tournament. That's why it was not as shocking that we whooped them last World Cup, because
Mm.
these our guys like were really experienced in about just everything in those semifinal games. I have Serbia obviously against USA. That would be like the monumental upset of the century, maybe with basketball is considered.
Mm.
And then I have Germany as well doing the bronze. Yeah, I
Sweet.
mean, if Serbia wins, if this is the final and they win, like we're gonna be insufferable. People just start deleting Twitter like
Oh my gosh.
immediately. Like it's gonna be over. Like Jokic agenda, just like true
Just like
basketball,
written.
like all that. Yeah,
I
He's the
can't
first
wait. I
player in
hope for
NBA
that.
history.
yeah, basically. Yeah, it's gonna be good for this like Serbia US maybe thing that happens is a three on three.
Mm,
3-on-3
Yeah,
men's might be
yeah.
like a bloodbath, and
that's gonna be
that was a
fun.
World Cup. I want to say, I think it's last year. World Cup was they do it every year. I didn't follow again. This year's been wild for me for like following some of these side quests, but last year was Jimmer Fredette had a game winner just like the rim out, and then we scored like a game winner right after that, and so that
Oh
was
my
like
gosh.
we're
That's
like that
crazy.
guy, those guys that would play for us 3-on-3 like are most decorated in the sport. Like we basically like not invented it, but it was basically kind of like that. And the only things we're missing, I think, is the Olympic gold. And so last time they played bronze, they lost only one game. It was a semifinal game to like Russia, I think. So
Mm.
randomly, very randomly. So but this is the year for them.
I
Yeah.
think I recalled you talking about like which three nuggets would be the best like 3-on-3 like lineup, right? And it was like
Yeah,
AG and like Jamal and KCP, I think.
I think so. I think I literally when you said it, I don't remember that as much, but I had KCP right in my head for that because that
I
like
was just
quick
wondering like
trigger threes like
what makes a good 3-by-3 basketball like lineup or team or whatever? Like what
it's
are the
versatile
differences?
because there's no it's live ball after make, so there's no check ball, so you just go. So whenever
Oh,
you
there's no
score,
like you
it's
have to
checking
inbound or
after out of
whatever.
bounds or fouls. But if you score, the other team gets you have to let them take the ball off the hoop and get like some
Mm.
space to pass it out. So, but there's like you grab it and it's right away, and it's 12-second shot clock. So when you
Oh my
score, if you had a
god.
mismatch, you have to have versatile players to cover who's next to you. There's no like I'm covering this guy, so you have to like run across the court. It's like okay, I stayed next to this dude. I'm gonna have to cover him, and that's what you want like tall, Swiss Army knives, and then maybe one like center-ish guy. And it's a lot of fight. It's very physical. I joke like it's just grabbing, and it's a smaller basketball. It's a women's size
I was wondering because
basketball.
like you only have three guys, so there's so much space. So I guess like to play defense, you'd have to allow a little bit more physicality. Is
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
kind
Oh,
of the
yeah.
logic there?
Basically, yeah, I think so. And that's how it is. I mean, the sports star. Like, I don't know actually where 3-on-3 was like especially invented, but like Serbia
Mm,
actually, that's our most played sport. Like, not five. Like, we don't do pickup hoops 5-on-5. It's 3-on-3 mostly. Like in
hmm
the neighborhood. So there's rarely. We rarely. I don't remember like 5 times in my life that I played 5-on-5 outside. So it's 3-on-3 mostly. So that we know, and so that's the style of play you play. Like there's live ball with it's really fun. I mean, it's one of, obviously like, it's a favorite thing to play in the summer, but it's you need shooters. So it'll be obviously Jamal because he's also tall. He can guard a center, like in case he gets a mismatch. Or obviously shooters. Jokic would be good for like the slow type checkouts, but like for that one, I'm not. I mean, he'd be good, but like I don't know if he'd be. Okay, I gotta go back.
Ideal.
Obviously, every NBA player would be great in 3-on-3. Like it's
They're
not
very
like
good
they would
players.
come out and just get blown out. It's just the style of it wouldn't maybe be conducive there and need some time to get used to it. So obviously Steph and all these guys, like it's ridiculous to talk about it because these 3-on-3 guys go to 5-on-5 and they're not good. Like they're not as good. That's why
Yeah.
they play 3-on-3.
I
But
heard
it's really fun.
I heard, about even with youth sports, in any sport, like kind of limiting the number of players, like a 3v3 or something like that in any sport, just to get kids more reps on ball and just developing the skills is so much better for them
Mm.
rather than like these full 5-on-5 type things
That's
where,
how we would warm up before practices. Like you would
yeah,
play 3-on-3. Some days we would play like 2-on-2, 3-on-3 as like, that's your practice that day. Like really fun. And obviously there's a lot of tactics, but if I don't know who from the US side, I think was it Jimmer talked to Russillo about it. He might be the only one that I know recently that discussed it, because Robbie Hummel was also on one of the teams for USA. So I don't know if he had any podcast where he talked about it. Obviously, like we listen to our guys in Serbian, but if anyone wants to know, I think recently it was on Russillo's podcast. Someone talked about 3-on-3 as like a thing. So they discussed what would be good from the NBA and all that.
All right, listeners, thank you if you made it this far. I hope this episode helped you as you get into FIBA basketball and help you enjoy it more. Just remember, please like, subscribe, of course, share, hit the notification bell, leave us a review on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok now. And yeah, catch our next episode. And just remember, winning is fun and losing sucks.